briefly, I want to just tell you how I came to be in this program, because I'm sure at one point or another you've looked around and wondered, why is the golf coach here? Essentially, I begged, and I begged for about a year and a half. Mr. Reedy, can I please do Leadership St. Leo? We'll see. Mr. Reedy, can I please do Leadership St. Leo? Oh, we'll see. And I need to briefly mention two projects that kind of made their way into the fabric of me and how I ended up here. The coaches were complaining about how we didn't have strong leaders, and this was about a year and a half ago. So Mr. Reedy did what he should do, which took it to Dr. Kirk, and Dr. Kirk, as shocked as you may be, said, well, what are you guys doing to grow leaders? Like, don't bring it to me and complain unless you're doing something to grow leaders. So project number one, we're sitting in this staff meeting, and Mr. Reedy rolls out this grand new plan as part of one of our key result areas. We're going to have a comprehensive sophomore student-athlete leadership program. And oh, by the way, Erika, you're going to be in charge of it. And that's the first time I had heard about it in front of all my peers. Yes, sir, Mr. Reedy, I would love to head up this project for you. And the reason why I mentioned that is then it kind of sort of made more sense to maybe we should get her some leadership training before we expect her to teach leaders. So that's project number one. As I sit in here all year long, I've had many instances where I felt a little inferior. We have center directors, and we have people that have so many direct reports, and I'm looking around going, you know, I'm so young. I don't really have a lot of direct reports, if any, at this point. So I was trying to kind of find my place, which leads me to project number two. On June 21st, I was tasked with the biggest project of my entire life. I gave birth to Blakely Louise and found out really quick that modeling the way and being a leader were going to be very, very critical. So as much as before then that Jim and Kathy had reminded me to, hey, you got to lead from where you are, it didn't really hit home until I became a mother. And then I was like, yes, light bulb, lead from where you are. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see Brian and I do Russian dancing in the kitchen just to make our baby laugh, I tell you, you haven't seen anything yet. But in keeping with that theme, I am the infant of the room. I'm a baby in my leadership journey. I now have learned to own that. But like any good baby, I love a good nursery rhyme. So I'd like to share a little nursery rhyme with you guys today. I'm here today to tell you about myself. The me that's not content to sit on the shelf. I don't have full-time direct reports yet, but I know that I'm going to go far. So right now, I'm very content to lead from where you are. My seat on the bus has a wonderful view. If you got to influence 18 to 21-year-olds all day, you'd feel the same way too. Yes, I believe that it's the perfect seat for me, a coach, SAC advisor, leadership teacher I get to be. Yes, the view is scenic, and yes, it's filled with light, but sometimes we drive through tunnels, and I've learned that that is all right. Because what goes up doesn't have to go down, and everywhere I look, I keep hearing the sound. Yes, I'm all about people and the relationships that you build, and morale and motivation. They're important in my guild. Sprinkle with lots of humor and toss in some wit. I'm a situational leader, so that's important in my toolkit. I'm not afraid to give feedback. Constructive is my gig. I'm the contractor who encourages you to dig. Deeper than you thought you could and further from status quo, I am not your ordinary run-of-the-mill and go with the flow. I encourage creativity. I want to see you shine. But if you're not in line with the values, I will make you pay the fine. We will have the crucial conversation, and I won't shy away because I believe in transparency to keep the bad at bay. Because people are all at different points along the line, I explain how I give each what they need. It's situational leadership, and it will all work out just fine. Yes, I draw out your strengths, and I cheer as you discover, and I erase obstacles as I attempt not to hover. I build up, I teach, I encourage, and I empower. And if I've done my job, then you glow in your finest hour. I'm heavy on positivity, and I'm light on command, and I am oh so very big on playing the hand that you were dealt. It's a part of my motto. Look around, folks. This place is like hitting the lotto. And I've come to realize in my short time that great leaders can inspire while being a mime. Because actions boom so loud and talk is oh so very cheap, and you're only as good as the company that you keep. So I reach and I strive to be better every day, and I don't have all the answers, and I'm learning that that is okay. Yes, I still have a lot of mountain left to climb, but I'm excited because I feel like I'm just coming into my prime. My strategy is simple, and I'll give you the key. I surround myself with brilliant minds, and they push me to become better than I thought I could be. I'm made up of many layers, none of which I hide. I'm finally proud of who I am, and I'm just hitting my stride. So it's onwards and upwards without looking back. I'm a motivator and a connector. Yes, that is my knack. I strive to invest the time to prove that I care, because that is how I draw out your best work, and that is how I'm fair. I'm optimistic and perhaps a bit naive, but I look for the win-win because that is what I believe. People work best when they can feel the love, and it doesn't matter if your seat is below or above. So I lead from where I am, and I aspire to be great, because leadership is my responsibility. It's more than just my fate.